Hello, Mike Rehling back. I'm going to do a review today of a book that I had the pleasure of doing a blurb for. Of course, I was preempted in the blurb by Roberta Beery. It's deserved. And I'll tell you that this is one of those books that it's put out by Red Moon Press. I'll put a link underneath here so that you can buy it. And it's a beautiful textured book, and it's brilliantly illustrated. It's called Small Hadron Divider. That's a play on words. You've all heard of the Large Hadron Collider. Well, this is a play on words. This is what happens when you let scientists into the haiku community. They infect you. But you don't have to know a thing about physics to enjoy this book, because there's not a thing about it that doesn't ring true. Not a single thing. First of all, there's some great illustrations in here. The illustrator did a marvelous job of picking up on the themes that David himself had introduced into the book. And you'll see one here. The dandelion. Oh my God, is that beautiful? I wish you could see the detail of it, but a camera like this on YouTube isn't going to show you what I'm looking at. But it's brilliantly illustrated. So David has taken great care, not just in the poems that he selected, but in the arrangement that he's done. And Kate Ramaswamy did the illustrations. And Jim Cation at Red Moon Press published it. You know, it's something you can put on your bookshelf and it'll last. And when you buy things from Red Moon, you know that you're benefiting the haiku community too. I'm going to do what I do. I'm going to read you just a random selection. I don't pick these out in advance. I just grab them. But these are wonderful observations that David has made. He's a poet I'm very familiar with. He's won awards for his haiku. He's won awards for his haiku. He's won awards for his poetry. I mean, he won more awards than I'll ever win. And he's just classically good at what he does. And when I saw this book, I got it obviously in advance, and I got a chance to write the blurb for it. But I was taken by the fact that there's not a clinker in here. This is one of those 5-star reviews that I like to do because there's nothing, I can't pick anything apart here. You see if you can find something in the random poems that I read. Deep, deep blue, not enough cloud to hide the emptiness. Anybody had that moment lately? Broken sleep, the wind hurls the morning around me. I like it, you know. It's nothing like getting woken up in the morning by a windstorm outside your window. I get that. I'm going to read you now a small, short haiku. His haiku are delicious, and I'm actually going to ruin it by doing it this way, but I just want to give you a taste for some of the depth that's involved in his haiku, because they're probably the stars of the show in this book. This one is entitled Narcissus Flycatcher. Window shopping. Suddenly confronted by my bewildered self. Almost instinctively, I clean my glasses, a pair of unprotected eyes. They draw me in like twin maelstroms. The swirling mixture of summer and autumn adds further confusion. Perhaps these are maps to explain the transition of seasons. The curious palette defies simple description, but they are most definitely not blue. Hurriedly, I conceal them once again behind large frame spectacles and move off, hoping no one noticed. Hiding in plain sight, all the strangers on a city street. we worry about what other people think of us, but this is when you're passing a window and you suddenly see yourself and you're like the absent-minded professor, and if I had hair, it'd be mussed up, but that's why I shaved my head. And then you suddenly see all these things and you try and, straighten yourself up and look a little better and improve yourself for a bunch of strangers on a city street. There you go. If you want to hide, just stand in front of a busy store in downtown anywhere. Mixed messages. A child hits the donkey with its carrot. You tell a kid to take the carrot and feed the donkey, bang on the head. They don't mean it. They're not trying to hurt the donkey. They're at a petting zoo or something, I can imagine. That's where we go here. And there it is, little baby banging the donkey's head with a carrot. I'm sure the donkey doesn't care. Donkey took the carrot. That's the next thing. Beneath a pine tree, fallen needles point everywhere. I live in a world of pine trees. And this is just perfect because all year long, we have pine needles. We don't have to worry about it. This is a wonderful image that I got immediately. And see, as I promised you, you don't need to know anything about physics. There's no discussion here about gravity and how the pine needles arrived. This is really simple stuff. Dead chameleon disappearing into tarmac. It's a tough way to hide, but a dead chameleon definitely does disappear. And it's a great way of hiding, if you stop and think about it, when you're flat. I'm going to read one more here. Get through here. Pandemonium. As the huge crocodile snaps, children everywhere. If you have a nature show or something you're watching on TV, or you're at a zoo and the crocodile suddenly, you can imagine children everywhere. This is a wonderful book, and I would urge you to buy it. It's $15 at Red Moon Press. Like I said, I'm going to put the link underneath so you can get it. And David Kelly is one of my favorites. I have many. I've got to see so many good poets at Field Haiku over the last 5 years that it stuns me. But David is definitely one of my favorites, and this is an excellent book. Well worth your time and your money. It's going to be one you sit down and read and get some inspiration for yourself. Buy it.